There's nothing quite like getting up early on such a very beautiful Friday morning. Yeah, I'm out in Colorado right now, and yeah, I'm not going to get Rita's this week because, to my knowledge, there really isn't a Rita's that's out in Denver. Actually, I really should look up where there are Rita's locations. Maybe that would probably help. But I know for a fact there isn't one out in Denver. There's a Chick-fil-A out in Denver, though. Specifically in Littleton, where my aunt and uncle are. But I'm getting far, far, far too ahead of myself. Plus, in the end, I don't need Rita's every week. You know, honestly, the real treat I get is from the time that I'm out here and I'm able to spend time with my family, which, if any of my videos have been any indication whatsoever, is that family is totally awesome. So, with that said, whether you are in New York, Colorado, or California, or anywhere out in the country, nothing is ever going to deter from the fact that today is, of course, Friday. If you're wondering why I'm talking, I would have said that louder, but I'm in a hotel room. I'm trying to not disturb any other potential hotel residents. Honestly, I have no idea if there are any other potential hotel residents, but I'm certainly not going to, disturb them because that's just rude and I don't want to do that. So, yeah. Yesterday, I probably spent more time in a car with my family than at the actual place that we went to, but it was still a really fun day because pretty much after I made the video, yesterday's video, my family immediately headed over to my aunt and uncle's place, and we all pretty much carpooled. When we all got to the airport, we got like a giant van for traveling around or whatever. It was a pretty good deal. Anyway, we went to where my cousin graduated, which was the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. And you guys are probably wondering, how come you're not really filming or taking photos of this? Well, while I'm on vacation and while I will continue to be making these videos every day, I want to ensure the fact that I get the most out of, family time. And having a phone around or keeping your phone out may not necessarily be the best thing for it. Because one of the things I try and do every day, and this is actually from one of my all-time favorite comedians, Billy Gardell, who, if you remember the show Mike and Molly, he was Mike, in his stand-up special, Halftime, which is honestly one of the funniest Comedy Central specials that I think I've ever seen. He said for at least 2 hours a day, keep your phone away from you, essentially. That way you remember how to hold a conversation, which technically I'm able to do, even though ironically I'm using my phone to talk to you guys. Even though you can see me, but I cannot see any of you. But with that said, another complication is, since I'm out in Colorado, I don't really know how great the cell service is overall. And from Denver to Colorado Springs, or vice versa, it's actually quite a ways. Talking, at least an hour and a half, maybe 2-3 hours. It's actually quite a ways. So, much like the day my cousin graduated, we all had to get up early. And yesterday, pretty much after I made my video, we immediately headed over to my aunt and uncle's place from the hotel. And we all got in, 2 separate cars, and we drove to Colorado Springs, the University of Colorado, or Colorado Springs, to check out the campus. And maybe I try not to be biased on stuff like this because I'm from upstate New York. And if you guys are familiar with my area, you have beautiful campuses all over the place. I mean, Ithaca College, St. Bonaventure, Elmira College, or if you're looking for more city areas that are beautiful, there are plenty of colleges in the city that are great, or Syracuse University. There's plenty of great colleges there, but something about being in the mountains, being surrounded by mountain air and the Colorado sunshine, which I do love, something about it just, I don't know, just made being at that university better, I guess. But, again, I'm not really any sort of standard as to what, I have no idea what the standards are for what qualifies as a beautiful campus. I guess it's just whatever you feel is right. So, with that said, we got there at around, 10 o'clock here, around noon and back home in New York. And, we walked around the campus grounds, and again, the place is beautiful. I got to see where my cousin went for, excuse me, got to go to, school, and we got to go back in the hockey facility because, A, that's where the graduation ceremony would take place. Think of it as Horsehead's graduation first arena. That's pretty much what the graduation ceremony was for my cousin 2 years ago. And, I had a blast being surrounded by my family in a place that's, gorgeous all around. Then again, I've always had a soft spot for looking at the mountains, I suppose. I mean, that and Las Vegas, I feel, are like the best areas for like viewing mountains if you know where to look. So with that said, we actually had lunch, it was a lunch at, believe it or not, a place that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Oh yeah. We actually went to a place that Guy Fieri went to, and it was awesome. It was called Paravicini's Italian Bistro. So, we had Italian for lunch. And when we got there, the waiter, actually, believe it or not, we went to this place once before, immediately after my cousin graduated, in fact. So we had been there before, but we wanted to go again, because, hey, it was that good, what can I tell you? So we go there, and the waiter, he actually remembered us from 2 years ago, surprisingly, which, alright, that's cool. So, we get there, and, my family ordered one of the things that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. It was basically, I forget the name of it is escaping me right now, but it was actually featured on that particular episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Okay, that's becoming a real mouthful. I'm just going to refer to it as Triple D. That's what Guy refers to it as anyway. So, so basically it was kind of like a deep fried rice ball with like peas and sort of a basil like pesto sauce or whatever. That was really good. But me, me, I'm a guy, I'm a carnivore. And I can't pass up a good chicken parmesan. It was very good. It was very good red sauce or marinara sauce. It was very delicious. And also, I don't drink, but a couple people in my family do. They'll have like wine. Don't worry though, neither of them drove. Don't ever drink and drive, ladies and gentlemen. I'm being very serious. Do not drink and drive ever. It's wrong, it's stupid, and it can get you in a whole lot of trouble. In fact, I'm pretty sure, at least in the state of New York, it's a $10,000 fine overall. Anyway, so, it was a nice, enjoyable lunch, and we relaxed by, taking the long drive home, and, we got back to, my aunt and uncle's place, and we talked and relaxed for a little bit, and we had a nice dinner of burgers and dogs, which can't go wrong with a nice picnic of burgers and dogs. Actually, the weather, it wasn't as hot as it was like the last few days, but it was like 78, 79, which is still pretty solid overall. And keep in mind, I'm up in the mountains, which technically could be drastically different from where like New York and Cuckoo Lake are. But again, I just said yesterday that I have no idea how climate works, so what would I actually know? And before I forget, don't worry, I totally saw yesterday's new episode of Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. So, yeah, Wiz Khalifa. Pretty solid episode, especially when the episode opens up with Sean Evans, the host of the show, saying that Wiz Khalifa had like some sort of tweet or rant saying that he hates spicy food, forget spicy food, stupid, something along those lines. And, I guess over time his palate changed. And let's just say it was a very fun, entertaining episode overall. But you know me and how good I am about keeping up with stuff like this. So, yeah, I'll put a link in the descriptions on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And just like I've been doing good with the history of competitive Pokemon battling, which, oddly enough, if any of you guys are fans of Pokemon, and you were just completely stoked, I guess, for when Gold and Silver and later Crystal came out, you're gonna like these next few videos. But I always take things one day at a time. And who knows, sometimes it might actually change. I mean, Wiz Khalifa's taste palette changed to handle the wings of death on Hot Ones, so I guess, to quote Rocky IV, anyone can change. Yes, I have seen Rocky IV. Yes, I'm excited for Creed 2. I mean, I'm pretty sure Creed 2 is directed by the same guy who did the first Creed movie. And a few months ago when I talked about Black Panther, the guy who directed Creed also directed Black Panther. So, there's that. And you guys know how much I love Black Panther, which does remind me, Wakanda Forever! Anyway. So, yeah. I go from Rocky IV to Black Panther. I don't see any problems with that now, do I? Well, I don't see any problems. Actually, again, you see me, I can't see you. I don't really know if there are any problems to speak of. And I think I better stop before I accidentally say anything that's incredibly bad. I mean, the only other thing I can talk about is the fact that there's no new One Piece chapter this week, but I mentioned that a week ago. At least this time they actually have the decency to tell us this. Just like I have the decency to say, to tell you guys to please like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. I'm humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful we all have a wonderful Friday. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'll always be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. And even though it's the weekend, and we can, get a little loose on the weekend, I highly advise that we all make some good choices so we can all stay safe and healthy. That way you can continue to watch my videos. Anyway, take care everybody, and happy Friday.